work. My work is never done. And so you just have to shore it up to a point that you can be okay with just letting it go. I don't dust every week. I just kind of let it go. If the kids say, "Hey, read me a story," or, "Oh, let's do this. I want to snuggle," I stop everything and I do that, because that time is not promised. And I'm so grateful to have every minute that, my house isn't clean, is love. It's a lot of love. You can come into my house and you are welcome. It's not going to be super clean, because I've just learned to let some of that go, because if somebody calls and says, "Hey, let's go for a ride. The weather's great." I leave. I go for a ride. It's just, I live every moment. It's the relationships that matter the most.
Well, and I've always said that too, when your time comes and 50 years from now and you have your headstone, nobody's going to put on your headstone, "She drove a nice car. Her house was always clean."
Right.
The only thing you can take with you are the memories of just what you said, the vacations and the snuggles with the kids. And that's what you get to take with you. So I agree with you. None of that stuff is, obviously you need to keep things up so that your environment is livable, but
Right.
it's not anything. It's not a priority anymore. You know what I
Right.
mean? I'm with you. Let's go make some memories and just experience life. I agree. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you shared with me that you just got back from a trip out of town visiting a friend that has been diagnosed with cancer.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that, and being that, I think it's really important to have somebody in your life to say, "I know what you're going through." So how did you feel that what your experience now has kind of helped that relationship? And if you were able to encourage her, like what were you able to say to her?
Yeah. So my friend Pam, she is a nurse, and gosh, we worked together for years and years, and she had recently moved, right about a year before I was diagnosed, down to Florida, and she called me and said, "Well, you're not going to believe it, but I have cancer," and it just rips your heart out. And I told my husband, I said, "No matter what, I got to go down there. I have to go be with her," because you can sympathize with somebody, but until you've gone through it, you can't empathize. And
Mm-hmm.
so, um, to have me go down, I know she was grateful that I was able to go down. I was grateful, especially with all the travel restrictions. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it down there. And she was just so grateful, because I've been there and I've done that. And nobody knows what it feels like to have the doctor tell you have cancer, and to be able to sit next to somebody and just boo-hoo it with them,
Mm-hmm.
then you feel like, okay, she did it, and now I'm going to do it. And in 5 years, I could be sitting here supporting somebody else, you know?
Mm-hmm. And so what would be one word of encouragement that you would give to somebody that had been newly diagnosed that just is feeling lost right now?
Mm. Uh, get your people. Honestly, reach out. It's so humbling to ask for help. I am a caregiver. I give to other people. I give my time. I give my talents, and to sit back and receive is very difficult. And I think a lot of women are caregivers, and it's very easy for them to give, and it's so hard to receive. And so I would definitely just tell people to sit back and take a deep breath. And when somebody says, "I want to do something for you," let them. It helps them deal with your illness or your disease, and it can help you, and it helps you feel loved and know that you're not in it alone.
That's right. So you were able to be there for your friend Pam, and it was somebody that, like, you're basically a role model to her because she's seen you walk through that journey and now you're on the other side of it. Was there anybody for you that had gone through the journey before you that you were able to look at and say, "Okay, look, if she did it, I can do it"? Was there somebody there for you like that?
Absolutely. My friend Stacie, and she had gone through it about 2 or 3 years before I did. Our sons are in the same grade, and we were kindergarten room moms together, and so that's how I met Stacie. She's a dear friend of mine, love her to pieces. And when I had gotten home when I was driving home after I had my ultrasound, when I knew that I needed a biopsy, I was just like, oh, Stacie went through this. I called her up. I'm like, hey, who is your surgeon? And she, I'm texting her this, and she calls me right away, and she's like, oh my gosh, Stacie, what is going on? And to have that support, that person who's gone through it, who knows what you're going through, and can help you navigate all of the unknowns, it's worth its weight in gold. It honestly is. It's priceless. I think, the people, it's the relationships. Mm-hmm. And Stacie was there for me, and I hope that I'll be able to be there for Pam. I'll have to plan my next trip soon, and just to be that support, just to be that person.
That's awesome. Well, we are almost out of time, so I want to say thank you, Stacie, so much for joining us today. I appreciate you taking the time to share your story with us.
Thank you, Kim. I appreciate everything that you do. I'm so grateful for Hello Gorgeous and all of the love that they spread for women going through cancer. It's a godsend. I thank you.
Thank you. I have the best job in the whole world. So awesome. If anyone in our listening audience has any questions or comments or would like to know more about the guests on our show, feel free to contact us at kbecker@hellogorgeous.org or visit our website at www.hellogorgeous.org. Make sure you check out our resources tab. We've got a book and we've got some online courses, and we invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and download our mobile app. Thank you for joining me today on Hello Gorgeous, Everything Beauty, Cancer, and Inspiration. I'm your host, Kim Becker, and until next time, stay gorgeous.